We miss you.
Okay. Alright, so we're back. We are looking at now number 29, King Kong Bundy.
King Kong Bundy, you know what, yes, another big man. I mean, when you say big man, I mean big. Yeah, definitely, man. King Kong Bundy. I got to wrestle King Kong Bundy, and this is before he went to WWE. I think it was in Dallas, and I was afraid. I'm not afraid to meet. What can they do to me? Just what, kill me? But just the way he looked, just his look. Just his look, and he, you know, he was a tough son of a gun, man. He was strong, and I seen some videos on him because they really did. Fritz, one of the good things Fritz did. Well, actually, Fritz did a lot of good things. Ooh, I hear some women outside our door. Maybe we might have to put this on pause. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Okay. Anyway. They did respond. Anyway, you guys are first, so we can take care of that later. Ooh la la. I'm having fun with this. You know what? I love talking about wrestling. It's been a long day, and you might get this like 20 segments later or whatever, but go with the flow, man. Okay, King Kong Bundy. Yes, definitely big man. I mean, extremely big man. I don't want to get into that. Just a big man, and I don't hate to say it. I'm fortunate that you have to categorize people this way, but he was a big specimen of a wrestler. Girth, height, everything, but very athletic, very savvy. He did know his wrestling, and you know, he wasn't there long. Yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Number 28, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
Bulldogs, I think they're shit. You know, they went around doing all this to other people. Well, Davey Boy was like he hid behind Dynamite Kid. And you know, I read Dynamite Kids, and according to him, he was the toughest SOB in the world. And he put up. Is Dynamite on there?
Dynamite is, yes.
Okay, then I'll save that for Dynamite. David Boy Smith, yeah, man, British Bulldogs, without a doubt. I don't think by himself, but definitely the British Bulldogs.
Okay.
Amazing moves, brother. Amazing. They went out of their way. They especially Dino. Dynamite, you know, hey, steroid dudes, man. They both say it. Well, maybe not. Like I said, I don't have nothing to hide. Steroid dudes, Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith. Got a good boy. He's got a good boy. Yes, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame as a tag team. My opinion.
Okay, well, I got another tag team for you next. The Steiner Brothers at 27.
Of course. What are you talking about, man? Are you kidding me? Do you have Steiners and single or not?
No, they're together.
Okay, then I can. Real quick, Scotty is the younger one. Scotty, you know, Rick. They're both Michigan State champs and NCAA and all kinds of stuff. When I started working with Rick, brother, he just gotten out of college, and he was doing he was on the juice, but he was doing he had shoulders like footballs. And he wasn't only stiff, and Bill Watts spoke me with him every day. And I knew why, because he wanted him to get some experience. That was my job. But he, not only was he stiff, he would get nervous. So he would start turning my arm, and he would keep turning it. And I said, "You son of a bitch!" And to this day, he can tell you, That's all. All I heard from Chavo was Guerrero was, "You son of a bitch, you motherfucker," because he was so stiff and he would get nervous. But I had great times with him in the ring, and I would, you know, come in there and not shoot with him, but pretend I was going for a work. I could never beat him on a shoot. But I would go in there and like on a work referee's position, and then I would duck under, do a duck under, which was I was pretty fast, still and agile then. And I go 2 points, brother, and then I'd walk out of the ring. I go 2, and he would get so mad. He would prance around, man. He still didn't get the work thing. Of course, when I went back in, I had to calm him down back again. And then Scott, you know, some people say he's difficult to get along with. I never had any problem with Scott. I never wrestled Scott, but he sees me and he calls me Mr. Guerrero, and that's out of respect because of his brother and because of the way they are, and I appreciate that. And having said that, which is not an assessment to the category here of WWE, alone by themselves or in a tag team, definitely the Steiner brothers.
Okay, number 26, the Crusher.
Crusher, the real Crusher? The real Crusher?
Yeah.
Or Crusher Purdue or Crusher Detroit
Lazowski.
Crusher, right?
Yes.
He's up there with
Dick the Bruiser's partner.
yeah, definitely, brother. I mean, they if you don't put him in, they'll probably, they got so much pulled up there in Michigan and stuff that they'll probably put wrestling out of there. I don't see why they haven't been inducted yet.
Well,
I mean, that would only be a plus for Vince, really, because they still have fans, not only from the grandparents and the dads that used to watch them, but their dads. You got to remember, wrestling at that time, that was Hollywood up there, man. They have told them about it, and they'd see all these films and pictures of it, and there's no doubt that, you know, here's the Bruiser with missing teeth, and he's a total and a butch haircut and a sledgehammer. You don't even have to hear him talk. It's the same with Crusher. Yeah.
Okay. One of your former employers, number 25, Giant Baba.
Yeah, Giant Bob, of course, man. I mean, you know, he was, I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it. In our terminology, in our education that we are brought up, is he was a freak. Not a freak, but he was different. He was, had, you know, his styro thing, whatever. But he started out as a baseball player.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a baseball player, man. And then, you know, his sickness started taking over, whatever, and he became a wrestler. But you know what amazes me, and I worked with Bob, and I worked for his organization. He was always good to him. When I jumped from Inoki to Baba, and that's another story which I'll say later on, Baba was always good with his word. To Terry Funk, I love Terry, he's my bro. Another amigo. It's not the 3 amigos. I got a lot of good amigos. But anyway, Baba kept his word to me. He even flew my wife in, and they catered to her and this and that. But again, we're talking about WWE. Yeah, brother. He was respected. He had an organization. Some of the promoters didn't like him because he paid way better than they did. But he would take the wrestlers from them only, and he didn't have to do any other thing but pay them, and he would pay on time. And what he did in Japan, of course, here in the States, you know, you would see him and you would probably say, "Oh, who the hell is that?" Right? It's like seeing Hulk Hogan. If you saw him 20 years from now and you see his act on television and not consider the body, he's a joke. Hulk Hogan's matches are a joke. John Cena is a joke when he runs the ropes. His timing is horrible. He's John Cena. Hulk Hogan. Baba is Baba. He's an icon in Japan. And he was good to wrestling and the wrestlers. Yes.
Okay, number 24, Kevin Nash.
Big nasty. You know, I don't have no issue with Kevin. I mean, he doesn't treat me good, doesn't treat me bad, always says hi to me. But again, that's not an assessment. Yeah, he has to be there, man. Big Diesel. You know. I don't like the way he raps sometimes. I don't mean a rapper type, but you know, the way he talks about himself sometimes. I think he puts himself over too much. I don't think as a worker he was the shits. As an interview, he was all right when his time was there, but he made money. He made some money, and he cashed in on it. And I don't think he contributed that much to the game, though. I mean, what's he going to contribute? His work is a shit. Have you ever seen him work? It's horrible. For a big man, he might be a tough guy, but in the ring, he looks like a pussy. I mean, the way he works and his timing. But hey, sorry, Kevin. Done nothing to me. Yes, yeah, definitely, brother. I mean, how can you not put? He was in there when a lot of these things started.
Okay, number 23, another big man, Vader.
No. What has he done? No. Vader. It's out for Vader. And one of the assessments, I've been saying all that it's not his assessment. This is one of the assessments. Is what has he contributed to WWE? To me, I take it. Not only WWE, he hasn't contributed anything. He has taken and not given nothing back. You know, and he hasn't been around that much, and he was an asshole, and I had a fight with him, and of course that might jeopardize my opinion a little bit, but nah, I don't think he did that much to where he deserves to be in the big man category and in the WWE Hall of Fame, in my way of looking at it. I don't care what you think, brother. You didn't knock me out. That's all you had when you fought me. I thought you were going to knock me out. But anyway, kudos to him. I think I've heard he's become a Christian, and that's even better. No.
Okay, number 22, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh, of course. Of course. he was there when the Junkyard Dog, the Mr. Wonderful, Roddy Piper, Macho Man, Greg Valentine, Jake the Snake. Oh yeah, brother. And plus his physique always kept those abs. And you know that he was the world arm wrestling champion. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, he left us in yes, definitely. I don't know. Again, another guy that I don't see how they have overpassed him.
All right, next is one of your good friends, Stan Hansen, 21.
Oh God, no, he's not my friend, he's my amigo. He broke Bruno Sammartino's neck, brother, and that was a shoot. He didn't mean to do it, or maybe he did. He won't tell, he just laughs about it. I'll call him right now. Hey, Stan, did you mean to? He just laughs. But you know what? God, it was the first Shea Stadium. I was honored to be in that same show against Fujinami. Stan against comeback against Bruno. Sold out everywhere. Went to Japan and did wonders. Not only is he my good friend and a dear friend, but Stan is Stan, and if you don't believe wrestling, he'll make you a believer. Yes.
Okay, number 20, Carlos Colon.
Don't know much about Carlos, but from what he's done and from the kids that he has contributed through to his injection, whatever you want to call it, Carlito and
Primo.
Sorry guys, and then there's another one.
Epico.
And plus the yeah. Sorry guys, you can see now here.
So you never wrestled in Puerto Rico?
Never, no. I don't know if I want to after the Brody thing, to tell you the truth. But that's a personal thing. No, I didn't. But Chavo has, my son. But Carlos, you know, he's done a lot, man. He has brought up a lot of things in Puerto Rico that have influenced the business in the United States, and especially WWE. Yes, no doubt about it. As a promoter or as a wrestler, yeah, because he's a wrestling promoter. So yeah.
Number 19, Ray Stevens.
Oh, brother. Pat Patterson, Ray Stevens. If you will look at Ray Stevens, just a picture of Ray Stevens in a wrestling clothes, you would say, what is this? He was not a weightlifter, but he was a ballerina, brother, in the ring. He would do things that would make him look like they were at ballet, and yet convince you if he was a heel or a baby face, and you would see him and you would go with it. Wow. And he had a rhythm to it, whether he was heel or baby face. Cyclone Negro. Cyclone was a little bit more different style, but Ray was an improved ballet artist, brother. And what a mind for the business too. Again, unfortunately or fortunately for him or whatever, never got a chance to wrestle Ray. I wish I would have. That's one of, if people ask me sometimes, who would you wrestle that? Ray would have been one of them. But I spent a lot of time with Ray, and when he was booking AWA, he took a lot of my advice in hand, and we chatted a lot, and he liked me, I think. And I know my dad sure spoke very highly of him. Yeah. I don't even know what we're talking about him. He should have already been in. Again, I think he should have been inducted in the same time Pat Patterson was, because they were both so close. And you know, talk about them. All these tag teams should kiss Pat Patterson and Ray Stevens' ass or their feet. That was a tag team to watch. If somebody would tell me, besides the Guerreros, of course, but to be a wrestler, you just cannot see what's going on now. To be a musician, you have to know what the music before. You have to know music. You have to know how to read music to be a complete musician. To be a complete wrestler, you have to read. You have to read history. You have to know this, this, and that. Patterson, brother, Stevens. What a tiny belly. If you can't see wrestling there, what it's all about, then you don't belong in this sport, period. Yes.
Right, number 18, The Destroyer.
Oh, of course. Dick Myers. And I'm not saying no kayfabe, because he comes in one day with a mask and the other day comes in without a mask. Yeah, Dick Myers, man. He's a good guy. You know that when they had this earthquake, no, tsunami in Aomori, Japan, he was there, man. He was the first gaijin, which is an American, in Japan, that they got a full ride, if you want to call it that way, with Baba Bill. He was there, and I think he even married a Japanese woman, or he took his wife there or something, and she went, I'm not even going to get into that. But I met Dick Myers my first tour in Japan. I wrestled Dick Myers, brother. My first tour in Japan, and of course I wasn't scared. I was just nervous. He led me like a champ, brother. He led me, and okay kid, and I learned so much from Dick, and through the years, you know, being around him is always a pleasure. It's a pleasure being. He is just Mr. Wrestling, brother. He's great.
Number 17, Jim Cornette.
Fuck Jim Cornette. No, Jim Cornette got his fame by talking, blah, 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 blah. you know, he was our manager for a while, Hector and I, and it was all my angle. Hector and my angle with the hat and this and that. He didn't really do much, man. And now he's over there with, of course, you know, he was with TNA. Why did they let him go? Well, I'm sure it wasn't for no reason at all. Now he's the ROH. Jim Cornette is just Jim Cornette. What can I say? But should he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? No, he ain't done nothing. What has he done? Really? What has he done? I mean, sure he gets it too, but what has he done for wrestling? I think he's done a lot for Jim, but I don't think he's done anything for wrestling. Sincerely.
Okay. Number 16. Might tie in with an earlier entry. The Fabulous Freebirds. Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts.
And throw Terry in there too. Not Terry.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, definitely. One of the best. Now you talk about drug, sex, and rock and roll, especially the rock and roll stuff. You throw Michael Hayes and Bam Bam in there, and Bam Bam is one of those big guys that. I'll tell you a quick story of Bam Bam. We're wrestling and we're in Dallas, Fritz Bonner territory, and I think Carrie's my partner, and I, you know, Bam Bam and the Freebirds and I, we got along. I think Eddie had some troubles with Michael, but that was between him and Michael. I never got involved. Same with all my brothers, you know, whatever's with them, boom, boom, it becomes personal. But anyway, so Bam Bam's got me in the headlock, and he had this heavy southern drawl. So he's calling the shot, right? I'm in the headlock, and he's got me. Hey, Chavo, give me a tackle. I'll give you a tackle. Drop down, scoop, slam me. And I'm just listening. I said, so we got to do it. And I said, no. What? I said, no. My name is Chavo, not Chavo. He says, okay, Chavo. And so he repeats it again, right? Of course, all this time when we're moving, you know, we're not just standing there. There's ways of doing things. When you become an artist, you know how to camouflage stuff and do it. So he says, okay, Chavo. So he says the high spot again. I said, no, I'm not doing it. Until you call me Chavo. It's Chavo, not Chavo. Okay, Chavo, say it. Of course, I'm in a headlock, you know. People don't know what's going on. Say Chavo. He says, okay, Chavo. Okay, so I didn't even wait for it. Boom, I shot him in. We did the high spot. We come out. We go in the dressing room. He says, brother, what's going on, Chavo? I said, hey, I told you it's Chavo, cabron. And that stayed on forever, man. Every time you see me, he's actually got it. Hey, Chavo. So I start calling, hey, Terry. But anyway, I thought they would fit in. Yeah, definitely, brother. Freebirds, my brothers. I think a lot of people's brothers, man. And then Michael Hayes is up there. I think he's the #1 booker now for SmackDown or something. And he's the one that put Classic. He's the one that came up with the Classic name, Chavo Classic. When I was wrestling with Chavo, and well, you know, we didn't want to call him Senior and Junior, and before that even come up, every time I see Michael down the hall, say Classic. And all of a sudden, hey, we're going to name you Classic. I said, fine, I love it. I still love it. Thank you, Michael.
Number 15, Owen Hart.
Yes, of course, man. How can you not put Owen Hart, man? Owen. I'm surprised that Bret Hart didn't include him in there. But
I don't think Owen's widow is.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Again, you're asking me, and you have this assessment. I don't know. On the same hand, I probably wouldn't have done it. But then I wasn't in that position. Owen, I really didn't know Owen, but I saw his work, and not only here, but in Mexico. I met him once in Mexico when he was a Pegasus kid. No, that was Benoit. He was something else. I don't know.
Blue Blazer.
Blue Blazer, yeah. Very quiet. What timing he had. You know, I think a little bit better than Brett. Brett was a little bit more technical. Owen, his timing he was just natural. Of the Brett brothers, you know. Of course, you know, they'll say something about the Guerrero brothers or whatever. But hey, it comes from a great dynasty. Yes.
Number 14, Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman, brother, he did ECW with a lot of obstacles. And then he went and he sold out to Vince McMahon. But hey, he had no choice. He had to do it. I hear this, I hear that about him, but I really hear more positive than negative. He treated me very well in WWE when he was there. Again, that's not an assessment. Paul Heyman definitely has got. He made ACW. ECW is part of it. Now to this day is part of WWE. So how can you not put Paul Heyman in there? And then the Brock Lesnar situation and you know CM Punk and this and that and. No, CM Punk wasn't on there, right? CM Punk was our Ring of Honor or something, or I don't know. But you know, all these guys, man, they were in Ring of Honor, ECW, that went with him. He made him, brother. He gave Eddie his first chance. When everybody, a lot of people rejected him. Terry Fox, he says it in his book. Here's a guy that they rejected, and I saw him in ECW. I say, why has anybody picked this guy up? And Paul Heyman took him in, and from there, then they started noticing. Again, he was a small Mexican, but he became a big Mexican in the money situation. A lot of hurt goes there, man. A lot of hurt. With the Guerreros, the name, the Gringos, just a lot of prejudice in this business, a lot of stupid shit. When we're the grown, well now I think the Chinese just surpassed us in kids growing in the United States, but you cannot discount the Mexican or the Latin influence in the United States. And we were one of the pioneers, and we suffered a lot of prejudice. And we had to prove ourselves, and thank God. Maybe that was good for us. But we did it. Hello, 63. Okay, go ahead.
Number 13, Ivan Koloff.
Ivan Koloff, another guy, brother, that's an icon in this business. One of the first Russians that, I don't know if he's really Russian or not.
French Canadian.
I know. I wasn't even going to say
yeah,
it.
I know.
But you know what? I was born in the business. When I first saw him and heard him, I thought he was Russian. Not because of the accent, because anybody can imitate, but just his work. He down to a T, brother. Down to a T. Yes.
Right. Number 12, Bruiser Brody.
My amigo, another amigo. He showed me that what the business is really like. My father told me the good things about the business, but Brody told me that all promoters are a bunch of assholes. Except my father. That was my thing. But yeah, Bruiser Brody, oh, brother, come on, man. He, I think he hit somebody because I think it was Bruiser. He went to rest for him, he didn't pay him, he knocked him out or something, and he got a lot of heat over it. But, you know, Brody had a big mouth, he was a bully. Brody was a bully, let's face it. He was great with me, but that's not an assessment. But does he deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame in your assessment? Yes. I mean, who? Educated man, took the world by storm in his wrestling gimmick. Definitely took Japan. He was in WWE for a while, but I guess they didn't, according to him, because I wasn't there, they didn't come into terms or something. I don't know. Yes.
Okay. Number 11, The Ultimate Warrior.
You know what? He was a tag team with Sting. in UWF. Actually, I don't think it was UWF yet. It was Mid-South Wrestling. And I used to have to wrestle. Oh, my God. It was a nightmare. Because they were good kids. And they wanted, but they just had no clue. They had no principles. They were bodybuilders. Nobody ever showed them what the principles were. But they wanted to. And oh man, it was like, oh. And I saw Sting, and he can vouch for this if he wants to. No, that's fine. Last time I was in TNA, I saw him, and he said, you know, you're the first one that I remember in Alexandria, Louisiana, that you had a match with me, and you came down and you told me, you know what, you're doing this wrong. And he told me, and I'm going, well, why are you telling me that? Are you mad? And he said, no, I want to tell you thank you. You're the first one that took the time to tell me what I was doing. And that's when I realized it. Said, nobody's ever taken time out to tell these kids, man. And Road Warrior, he went into WWE, brother, and boom, he exploded. I mean, he didn't have to do much. And that's the time when they had Hulk Hogan, they had this, they had that, they had that. They didn't build him up. He went in and like a meteor, it hit, and he made it. And he stuck to his guns, man. He didn't let WWE run all over him. Might have hurt him, maybe it didn't. He's a man. I love him. He's a friend. Don't know him very much except in the ring, but I respect him. There's no assessment in the WWE. Does he deserve to be? Of course he does. Just by the way that, you know, that in the short time he was there, the impact he did on it.
Number 10, the Dynamite Kid.
You know, of course he does, man. He just, I read his book, he talks too much. I did this. In Mexico we call him the yo-yo. But yo esto, yo lo otro, yo lo otro. I did this, I did this, I did this. And I did knock out so much. He's not that tough, brother. Believe me. When the Joe's knocked his ass out, that's another story. But you know, the thing about it, he doesn't even get it straight. That's what gets me about Dynamite. I read his book. Everything's about me, 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 me. Okay. Good, you know, it's a good little book to read. It's all about him. He wasn't that damn good. I was there before him. But now I'm getting a little personal. But think about it, he says, Mondo and I went to New Zealand. It was him and Davey Boy won there, so he took his cousin, another guy that was like the British Bulldog. And they were always drunk. They were always at the bar. I mean, always. I mean, 24/7. So we're going to wrestle with them, and there was a little friction there for why, I don't know. I think because of the Japan thing, and I never met the guy. Didn't care to meet him or nothing. So they call us and, oh, okay, you want to do this as a shoot, or we don't care. We don't care how you want. I said, what are you talking about, man? This is a business. It's a business. What do you want to do? Well, if you want to do no shoot, I said, no, man. I don't want no shoot. We shoot right here. When we go out there, it's a business. So we went out there and had a fucking horrible match because they were so drunk. But we tried, you know, Mondo and I tried. And then he puts in his book, well, what got me in his book was, no, well, you know, they were difficult, and he put, it was one of the Guerreros, it was Mondo and Hector. Yeah, Hector wasn't even there. It was me and Mondo. And he said, well, you know, we couldn't get along with him because, you know, in Mexico, they accustomed to do everything from the right side, and in the United States, we do it from the left side. If you're watching this, brother, why do you think we're so good in Mexico, in the United States, and all over the world? Because my dad would teach us left, now go right. You do this the left side, you do this the right side. So that's bullshit. What happened is that he's just a, and now I'm getting out of it. My respects to him. I never wrestled him. I wish I would have. I think it would have been a great match. But does he deserve to be? Yeah, as the Bulldog. As the British Bulldogs. Yes, okay. Definitely.
Number 9, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, brother, of course. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jake just is a crazy mofo, man. He's had his demons and everything. But I remember when we were working UWF and they called him and he went up there and he came back and he says, brother, they want me to go out with a snake. You know, I'm petrified of snakes. I got a lot of snake stories with JYD, believe me, but that's for the book that we are writing. Surely to say, can't tell you who the writer is, but when you hear the name, you will recognize it. Anyway, Jake was an innovator, and he adapted to the snake, and oh, what an interview guy. Great mind for the business. Second generation. Again, I don't know why he's not here. I don't know why his name is on here in a positive way.
Okay, number 8, Lou Thez.
Why are we even mentioning his name? He should have been there from the beginning. I'm not even going to say nothing about Lou Thez. He has that much respect in my book. Lou Thez, you cannot compare God to anyone. God is wonderful. Wonderful. What is more wonderful than God? There's no comparison. That's why he's wonderful. You cannot compare. The only thing greater than Lou Thez is God in wrestling. To me, as an entertainer wrestler, they would go in and take the belt and make you look like a champion. You were the champion, but he won. At that time, there were no pulling ropes or nothing. He was the heel, but he was a wrestling heel. He would beat you, but he would use savvy to beat you. And he would come out and the people hated him, but they would pay for another rematch right there and then. That was Lou Thez. And what a gentleman. Yes.
Number 7, Mick Foley.
Yeah, man. Nick is a character. He's one of them. He's in a special class. He's done a lot. God, what do you have? 3 gimmicks in WWE? That's the first time I ever heard of that. As much as I've been in wrestling, I never heard of that. Maybe it was around, but I never heard of that. That's what? Mankind, and then the Thing, and then the Sacco, and yes, Mick Foley. And the bumps that he took. Oh my God. First time we wrestled him, he says, it was in, I think it was a combined effort with Mid-South and Memphis. First time we went to Memphis. It was Mondo, Chavo, and Hector against the RPMs, Davis, Mike Davis, and may he rest in peace, Cactus Jack. Yeah, God, sorry, bro. I remember
I think that was that match that you didn't get paid on for Superclass.
No, we got paid on that. The one that we didn't get paid on was in Chicago. Anyway, we're there, and boom, Mike says, Foley says, Cactus Jack at that. Brother, when I come off, hey, brother, when I come, I can't really imitate. I'm not a good imitator. Some people I can do something. He says, hey man, when I come off that rope and your brother gives me the clothesline, I'll come off and I'll hit the floor and then I'll come up and give me a backdrop. I said, in the ring? He says, no, up on the floor. You know, I don't mess around with the backdrop, brother. I'm going to. He said, yeah, brother. I said, man, are you sure, man? Said, yeah. I mean, I'm taking backgrounds, but they weren't really because I wanted to. They just happened that way. He took it on the floor. The bumps that he used to take, man, and then, yeah. Mankind, fucking thing he did off the cage. I don't know if to this day, I don't know if it was planned or not. It's boggling, of course.
Okay. Number 6, Triple H.
Oh, brother, he's a shoe-in already. He's married to, yeah, man. Guys. He's everything. He's everything complete, brother. He's so complete that he married the owner's daughter, and I say it in a good way. I love Stephanie, and she treated me very well in WWE. Oh, everybody in WWE when I was there treated me well. Even my friend Vince. great worker, great mind. Treated me good. He is where he is because he has paid the price. Because of his own laurels, he didn't suck up to nobody. And that's why he is where he is. Yes. Which I think I don't even... He doesn't need my approval on that. If anybody does not even need my approval, it's him. Unless, of course, you know, Big Daddy gets a divorce. Nah, I don't know. Shut up, chavo. Boom. Yes.
Number 5, The Rock.
Oh, he's already in, isn't he?
No, he's not.
No? Well, you know he's going to be in, so there's not even talking about that, man. God, Dwayne. I remember Dwayne when I used to travel from, we're in how many have we gone through? 100?
We're not.
It's a good thing I still got my mind.
We're almost there, Chavo.
It was Southwest Championship Wrestling. You know, and Paul and Joe always had something going. Joe Blanchard always had something going, and so you know we would do the San Antonio. Sometimes we'd go to Dallas, but you know we would travel with Paul Pershman, who later became Buddy Rose, Rocky Johnson, which his father-in-law was the chief, Peter Maivia, and they just adopted me when I would come in 2 or 3 weeks. And I remember when we would leave him off at the hotel, Dwayne was always there waiting for his daddy, man. I don't even know what we're talking about. I mean, he's done all these movies. He's become a megastar. What do I think? I would be a fool to say no, right?
Okay, number 4. I believe you wrestled him. I think you told me you wrestled him at the Olympic. Bob Backlund?
Bob Backlund, you know, nice guy. Here's a guy that was another Howdy Doody face. And he did actually look like Howdy Doody. Who else did I call a Howdy Doody face a while ago? I mean, after 100,
Bobby Eaton, I believe.
Yeah, well, Bobby Eaton, I'd call him Howdy Doody face because he just was that laughing kind, you know, always. But Backlund actually could imitate. I mean, could be a double for Howdy Doody. You know, All-American kid. NCAA. What is it? Class 2 or whatever. Still, he's an NCAA wrestling champion. Great wrestler, but no facials. He got the championship, I think, because, you know, and they wanted to put it on somebody that, I don't know, man. I'm not even going to get into that. Of course, Bob Backlund, man, and good man, very honorable, very respectful, takes care of himself. Work ethics are high, you know, amongst the boys too. Yes.
Number 3, The Undertaker.
Why are you mentioning these names, brother? Yes, yes, double yes, triple yes. I mean, the only reason we're mentioning his name because they're saving him for a big thing. I mean, he is a shoo-in whatever happens from now on.
Okay, final 2. This man was number 1 the first 2 years we did this. Bruno Sammartino, he's now number 2.
Yeah, well, he rejects it and he changes his mind. He should have been number 1. Well, I think they wanted him number 1 or whatever right, at that time. I don't know. You know, I have my utmost respect for Bruno. You know, I was there when he was on top. He's Bruno. Bruno is Bruno. Talk wrestling, you talk Bruno. In New York.
Do you think he'll ever change his mind?
I don't know. That's between him and Vince. I wouldn't even touch that.
Okay.
I wouldn't even go there.
Fair enough. Then the man who's now become number 1 on the list, Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Oh, should have been there a long time ago, but I think they wanted to. Well, this is like Bruno. From what I know, they wanted to induct, especially of course Bruno. Macho Man turned it down. Of course, we just saw an interview with his brother, Lenny. I don't know, man. It's does he deserve to be in there? Hell yeah. I heard that he turned it down, but you know, there's so many rumors and this and that, and I know there was a bitter party there. You know, I heard that he slept Vince, or you hear so many things. I don't know, but evidently he turned them down. Exclusively just last year, or right before he passed, he turned them down. And you know what? I don't blame him, man. They fucked him over, I think. Of course, you talk to Vince. It depends who you talk to. Well, they fucked me over. Well, I'm a wrestler, I think like a wrestler. If I'm a booker, I think like a booker. If I'm an owner, I'll think like an owner. Right now, I'm talking as a wrestler. A 63-year-old wrestler, Vince. Come on. No steroids, Vince. Bring it on. I don't even know if he's on them, but I don't know. Anyway, I got a better wrestling stand than you, Vince, my man. I can guarantee you that. I love you, Vince. I love your family, and thank you for the opportunity. I thank you for taking care of my family and being so nice to us. And it's entertainment, baby. And with that, we finish, and thank you for listening to me. And wasn't my idea. It was my good friend over here, Curtin Buckner, not in the Hall of Fame as we do this. And it's been a long day. It's a little technology problems here and there, and
one or two.
I think after what is it, maybe about 12 hours, we finally got it done. See what you think about it. Tweet it or
check us out at notinhalloffame.com. Cast your vote.
Not in the Hall of Fame. Even though I was number 96. And then, but you know what?
96 is better than 97.
Yeah, but I really don't give a damn. Because I'll deny it. And I don't have to worry about that because I'll never be. I know I won't. I'm too rebellish. And I don't, frankly, Charlotte, I don't give a damn.
Wasn't it Scarlet?
Well, Scarlet, Charlotte, whatever you want. I'm thinking about Charlotte, North Carolina. Can you see that, hillbilly? All right. I'm doing a Dusty Rose invitation here now. You will go down with the elbow. You want to come to my territory when I hit you with the elbow, you go down. I said, I guess I ain't coming to your territory, Dusty. Love you, Dusty. All right.
Thank you.
Cut.